Let's go. We're breaking down Jackson Arnold versus Arizona. Is he worth the 5-star hype next season? Comment below if you believe he'll be a top 5 quarterback in the SEC in 2024. And is Oklahoma even SEC material? I can't wait to see the Sooners on the next year's schedule. So obviously we start things off here, and a lot of people craft on Jackson Arnold in this game. Let's see if we could provide some clarity here. One thing, rewatching this game, it always seemed like Jackson Arnold was a hair late on about half, or if not more than half, of his throws. It seemed like this ball could have been delivered a little bit sooner, but that's just a really good play right there by 5. We then get to this next throw, and obviously Drake Stoops won't be there. He was a year 6 player for Oklahoma. This is a drop, right? It's a very difficult catch, and this is a good job by Jackson Arnold rolling out to the right side and finally finding somebody open. You could argue it was a hair late, but, you got to catch that football right there. Now, Arnold is going to take the brunt of the blame here, but I don't think he should deserve the blame. I know it's an interception, and we can get into a philosophical debate about INTs actually being a good thing, getting it out of your system. This is your first college start in a bowl game, and right here, I hate it when offenses do this on 3rd and long, okay? The defense knows that the likelihood that you're going to go for it on 4th is very little. So they don't guard the intermediate portion of the field. They just blitz everyone, and they just sit back for your routes at the sticks. So you'll see that Arizona actually brings an exotic pressure right here, okay? These 3 guys are coming. He's blitzing the nickel right here off the edge. And the thing is, because they know you got to pick up all 10 of these yards, they can delay these blitzes. They can get very, very, very exotic. And that's exactly what happens here. This is a difficult thing to protect. And all things considered, Oklahoma actually picked this up okay. There is still a good bit of pressure right here from this left end to the inside. But you'll see right here, there are no routes over the middle, over the intermediate here. There is one short of the sticks right here to the tight end Stogner, but this is a tight end on a deeper outbreaker. In this situation, I want to give him something a little bit shorter than that because these DBs are just sitting here waiting to break on anything, right? And this wasn't a zero blitz. He did have safety help over the top, which allows him to, really drive down on this football. And 13, who had a dominant game, gets a huge interception. So I'm not going to put that on Arnold. That was actually 12 right there. But yes, you shouldn't throw the pick. I'm not absolving him of that, but you're not setting him up for success there either, okay? Now, get a little roll out of here to the right side, and as you can see, Oklahoma's already behind the 8 ball. It's already 10-0, and you'll see that this to Nick Anderson was open, okay? Now, what I would also tell you is just a minute ago when he rolled it to the right, he wasn't able to hit Drake Stoops. So he's like, okay, let's just fire this ball down the sideline on this deep comeback. And look at the ball placement here. Bang. That's actually not bad, but still you should throw it here. That is still really good ball placement, even though it is out of bounds. Now we get to this 3rd and 10. Let's see what Arnold can do. All right, it's the same thing. They're bringing heavy pressure, and it's still all deep stuff, okay? But you'll see the protection is really good yet again. This time it's immaculate. The last time it was okay. So you give him time to throw. He's able to hit this deep comeback, but it's still short of the sticks, and they have to punt. Could this ball have been delivered a little bit sooner? Yes, but once again, I'm always more sympathetic to quarterbacks, especially at the collegiate level, that start off looking to the right and work all the way back to the left. Okay, so he works right all the way back to the left. Bang. This ball should be out now. Okay, so he waits, and once again, if you deliver this football sooner, he's catching this football right here, and you could potentially go for it for fourth, down 10. But with the defensive head coach, you're definitely not going to go for it now, when you're 4-ish yards away from the sticks. And you can see Brent Venables very frustrated here. Now you get a stop. And by the way, that's why I'm not the biggest comeback route fan on 3rd and long, because you don't give your guy chances to run the football or run after the catch. And guess what? This time we do give a receiver a chance to run after the catch on this RPO. Jackson Arnold pulls it. That was a really good pull read right there by Arnold. Ball is slightly behind him, but there was a safety right there, so we'll take the big gain. It's a nice explosive pass play right there. So now we get to the 2nd and 11, okay? Man, this is tough. This is really, really, really tough, and this is one of the best throws I've seen him make, okay? Man, there's just not enough superlatives for this throw right here to Drake Stoops, okay? First thing here is Arizona with their pressures kept getting home, okay? The 3-tech, of course, takes up both of these blocks right here by the OG in the center, and the linebackers looping around here, unblocked pressure through this B gap, and it's late, all right? So Arnold sees Drake Stoops open. I want you to see this ball placement with 5 right in his face. He backs up and is still able to get this ball out. And look at where this is placed, away from the leverage of the defender. And, God, that's just really, really freaking good stuff right there by Jackson Arnold. Ball placement was so good, you allowed him to make something after the catch. It's good stuff. All right, so I see a lot of young quarterbacks make this mistake, and this is just a really, really, really bad interception. So this play right here is to get Drake Stoops in motion, and you're running a switch release. So he's going vertical this way, and he's going vertical behind it. And the job is to create traffic for this man defender. And you would think it would be open because pre-snap, Jackson Arnold sees that there is a single high safety. So a lot of young quarterbacks assume just because you look at a safety or you look not in this direction that they can't still get over the top of it. Guess what? Division I Power 5 safeties still can. So Arnold's thinking, okay, I look to the left a little bit. There's no way the safety can get over the top of this switch release down the right sideline. Guess what? They can, and he's just sitting there waiting on it. Stoops, and it's a pick. Ball late, obviously, stare down your receiver. Division I Power 5 safeties are going to make that play every time. Now, I love this culture right here. Jaden DeLaura got benched as a quarterback, and he still was a good teammate. I love seeing that, man. Need more of that in college football. God, this is just good stuff. These first down RPOs were very profitable for Oklahoma in this first half. You saw him hit one a little bit earlier, and now you just need Nick Anderson to make a play. Struggle to keep his balance in the early portion of this, but that's a good throw, good catch. We then get to this next play, and let's see what happens here. Once again, it's I don't know if this was an RPO or just a play-action fake the entire time. They hit it right back again, and Nick gets another catch and a nice, easy first down. All right, 1st and 15. Excellent play call right here. I don't know the rules. I don't know how it's taught in the rooms right here, but this looks like this is a potential RPO situation where if he wants to hand it off, he can. If he wants to throw the screen out to the right side, he can. And what's hilarious about this is they did have a good numerical advantage over here, right? 2-on-2 blocking right here, and you just need Stoops to make this guy miss. But either way, this is an excellent pull read. They're obviously selling out to stop this run on 1st and 15, and both the contained defenders run with the running back, okay? That's an excellent pull read right there by Arnold. A really good play call, and look at all the space for him to eat up. Him as a runner, I feel like he's a decent runner, not a great runner, but that's still a nice gain right there on 1st and 15. All right, 1st and 10, this is very interesting. I don't think this is a potential run pass option. I really do believe this is a play action all the way. But let me just show you if this was handed off, okay, all right, if you hand this football off, that would have been there, okay, right through here. But I do think it's just a play action all the way, okay? So Arnold, this is actually a really good throw if you ask me. They could not block this blitz, all right, where the DT takes up 2 offensive linemen and the linebacker wraps around. So Arnold's having to deliver this while he's getting crushed here, and this ball placement actually isn't bad, right? I want my single digit, my uno, to create some more room down here and actually make this catch. You got to find a way to stay in bounds, give your quarterback a little bit more room to operate. I know that play was into the boundary, so it makes it harder. But still, that's a good throw, and you just got to find a way to get that done. All right, so you remember earlier when I said I hate it when play callers on 3rd and long don't give quarterbacks a more intermediate option? This is really good play calling right here by Oklahoma. They know that they've been blitzing a lot, and this time they actually only rushed 3. But instead of having him complete everything past the sticks, give him something easier, right? If you don't get it, guess what? You can go for it on 4th, okay? You get a really good block down the field by Stoops. That is excellent stuff. Man, he held that block for a long time. It's really good stuff. And Sawchuk's able to make something happen here with some perfect blocking. And even if he was tackled short, you can go for it on 4th. It was a good job by 2, who was initially blocked by Stoops to get back into the play. But still, nice play call, nice game. Now, I love this, okay? It is rare you get these long play action RPO kind of things where you're looking to the left, but you actually pull and work all the way back to the right. So I know that this completion looks very simple, and to a certain degree it is, but it's not. Look at that. That is some really good stuff. Play action, and then you got to rotate your body, reset your feet, and then fire this thing in, okay? Now, the quarterback experts out there will tell you that this was a little too much hop, skippity, jump, but he had to wait for this receiver to clear through right here on 43 to get in this window. I like that he's throwing the football right now, okay? He is anticipating that this receiver is going through this window right here. That's excellent stuff. Bang! Right in the breadbasket for 3, Farouk, to do something after this catch. And with some help with Stoops, you're able to fall forward, and it's a fumble. Oh, man. Still, there's nothing, obviously, he could do about that. I think Farouk was probably spooked by his own guy. But still, that is some really, really, really good quarterbacking right there. It's ironic. This is how a lot of Arizona games went before they make the change to quarterback, right? They just lost games based on turnovers, and that's essentially what happened in this one as well. So, obviously, Arnold pulls it right here, and he picks up a decent gain on 1st. All righty, so we get to here, and this is, and I actually cut this play out a little bit earlier. Earlier in the game, he was able to hit a running back on a check down for like a 6-yard gain. Okay, this is a rush 3, drop 8. Okay, let's go back to the beginning of this play. And of course, this looks open, but he's looking to the left. There's no way you're going to whip all the way to the right. So he decides to not throw it here. Now, a lot of Pac-12 teams did rush 3, drop 8. I don't know too much of the Big 12's tendencies, but in the SEC, a lot of teams don't do rush 3, drop 8 stuff. So you're not really going to see this. The ball needs to go right here, okay? It's a long throw. There is a DB right here, but you just need to throw this. This should never be thrown, okay? And his final turnover of this game was when he tried to throw over a guy that was right in his face, okay? You never want to throw like this. After a pump fake, while you're getting hit, while you're fading away, and jumping into the air, okay? You can see that this ball really doesn't have a whole lot on it, and it should have been picked. But that's a really good catch right there by 82, saving his quarterback on a really bad decision. And I'm actually drawing a blank on this play, so we will roll together on this one. And while we do this, please go hit that subscribe button, like it, share it. And yeah, this is a really good job right here just running. Okay, they lose pass rush lane integrity. They wash these guys upfield. And this is just a good job by Arnold. You just need to get skinny and get through here. And he does just that. Really good dual threat ability right there. Once again, he's not a special runner. I would say he's probably around Dylan Gabriel's running ability. I think that's fair. Gabriel, of course, was a very good power runner. It was a big part of what they did at Oklahoma, in particular in that Kansas loss. But I think Gabriel's a good enough runner to be effective in the SEC. Okay? Roll out here to the left, and, man, this is a ridiculous throw. He's backing up, and, man, that is excellent stuff right here to put this ball right here. Bang. All right, so we get to this deep touchdown, and Arizona fans were rightfully frustrated with this one. I don't know how this isn't a hold right here on the right tackle. That looks like a tackle to me, okay? And, you know, when your arms go directly in the air like that after you bring a guy to the ground, it's probably holding. Still, my job is to focus on the quarterback in this film study. He actually had not one but two guys open here, and this ball you can consider to be a half second late, if you ask me, okay? It's still a good throw, and he still led the receiver, okay? So this guy was obviously open, but this is where we want the football to go. This is also a really good throw to work this portion of the field, right? We want the ball to be thrown over here away from the defender because we know this receiver will be able to adjust to it, and that's actually a really good job right there by Arnold to get it there. Once again, the ball could be placed better, but it's still a good throw if you ask me, and you get a huge, huge touchdown here. After being down double digits, you lead your team back to give them an 8-point lead. Now Oklahoma has a chance to go for the jugular. Put them away. After, once again, losing and some rough turnovers, some turnover-worthy plays, you get the big break on the missed holding call, and the QB run game steps up really big for you yet again. That's a good job by Arnold to take these yards. You know, we can get into a debate about this right here, okay? I'm never the biggest fan of sliding down right at the sticks. So, you know, if you have a chance to put this team away, you could see he still had yards to gain right here. And instead of picking up this first down, this slide probably cost them, 3 to 4 yards? So, yeah, questionable slide right there. All right, so now we get to 3rd and 3, and this is mesh rail, okay? This is the most common concept that we talk about on this channel, and this is going to the running back, the rail, the entire way. It's Stogner's job to get a piece of 5 so he can't get out to 29 quick enough, and he obviously doesn't get a piece of him. Obviously, you can't just block him either, and Arnold puts this ball right on the money. Before the RB is even able to turn, it's a dangerous-ish throw, but that's still a really good throw. He catches it right in stride, right when he's getting hit, and you're able to pick up the first down. That's some good stuff right there by Jackson. All right, 2nd and 10, and it's the same thing, but instead of the DT taking up the 2 blockers, it's the linebacker setting up another linebacker wrapping around right here. So fake zone to the left, backers coming in to make this play on the running back. He's then able to get to the quarterback, and while Arnold is getting hit, he sees that this ball down the sideline to Anderson is open, and could Anderson have laid out for this? No, probably not. It was just slightly ahead of him. It's still a good job by Arnold seeing who was open. Just got to put it on there, but he was getting smashed when he was throwing. We get to this 3rd and 10. All right. Huge play in this game. Obviously, you don't have to pick up all the yards here. And once again, it's a rush 3, drop 8. Okay? Arnold sits back in this pocket and throws wide open. I mean, you would never think on a rush 3, drop 8 that this would happen. I don't know exactly what happened, but that's still a good job by Arnold finding Stoops, and he picks up a huge gain. And now you're all right. So we get to this play. Okay, this was a massive miss, if you ask me. Okay, this safety is pretty much pinned in. All right, this is going to be open. This right here is going to be open. This ball just needs to be delivered over here, right? You know, the best passing attack in college football, 8 on this play in the red zone, the slot fade, okay? You've got to get through this play action fake a lot sooner, and once you see that this safety is right here, you just need to whip around and just trust Drake Stoops in a foot race to this space, okay? And the ball is just late, okay? It's very, very, very late. And if you throw this early, this is a touchdown sealer, okay, with time to spare. Now, the good thing about an underthrow is that you can always come back and draw the pass interference flag. But, man, that was a jugular shot right there in Oklahoma due to some poor quarterback play. Let's be honest. That was very, very, very costly. Where I think Oklahoma really missed, Lebby's in this game, and I'm pretty sure Lebby didn't coach in this game, is the protection, right? It's the same thing over and over. When they weren't rushing 3 and dropping 8, they were blitzing this guy and just wrapping a guy around him. They just kept doing it, and this time, instead of him wrapping around, he fakes going to the inside and actually goes to the outside, and now 72's picking up the wrapper, and this tight end coming around can't pick him up either. And it was just all night long. And Arnold, look at this throw, is able to avoid him, throw across his body to the opposite hash for a bizarre 8-yard gain right there. It's some good quarterbacking. All right, so we move ahead to the 2nd and 4, and they actually just ran this screen to the right to Stoops for a nice gain, and now they're doing it to the left, this time to Henderson. Who could tell me what movie that's from? Tell me in the comments. And he breaks a lot of tackles. He breaks not 1, not 2, but 3 of them. And it looks like Oklahoma is getting ready to run away from Arizona. Had to settle for a field goal last drive. A field goal here is huge, but a touchdown makes it a 3-possession game. And right here is the interception, and it's not on Arnold at all. And I don't think they ended up giving him an INT here. I think they eventually ruled this a fumble, as it should be. And the ball just gets the luckiest ricochet ever, and 9 is able to take this to the house for a touchdown. No need to show you the run back, but, man, the blocking on this run back was immaculate. We then get to here, though. It's a 3-point game. Some adversity strikes. Let's see how Arnold reacts. Play action fake on this first down. Last play of the third quarter. Throws an absolute strike on this comeback. Was it a little low? It was very low, but you're still able to make the catch for a nice gain right there. All right, so anyone that watches any one of my channels, I don't know why the first plays of fourth quarters this year was bizarre. The first play of the fourth quarter, LSU versus Alabama earlier this season, it was a pick on a very similar play, ironically, to this one. An in-breaker is open, and the LSU one was deflected up into the air, but this ended up being an interception. This is open. You just got to get this ball up and down. And once again, it's just waiting too long, all right? If you rip this now, you're able to get that in there. But you waited, okay? You pumped, you waited, and now you're going to try and get this ball up and down, right? So what does that mean? Instead of throwing it on a line, you're throwing it with a little bit of arc, but also some zip to get it up and down, right? Drew Brees was the absolute best at this, and instead he just throws it directly on the line, and that's just going to be picked all day, every day. Once again, the timing, being late, in particular to Stoops, cost them dearly in this game. So it's wild to see, and now Arizona's in position to win this game. All right, so we move ahead to this 3rd and 15. Okay. Very tough spot for a quarterback to be in. You could see that they have 5 DBs at the sticks right here. You're not going to get this. All right. Rush 3, drop 8 principles with a little twist stunt up the middle. Okay. I honestly would have preferred him just hitting check down right here. 29 had a great run after the catch on a check down earlier in this game. We didn't show you. But Arnold steps up, and I understand trying to extend to make something happen past the sticks. I'm okay with that as well. Eventually, he does find Stoops, and he makes this a semi-manageable 4th down right here. So that's a really good throw. I'm aggressive. I probably would have gone for it, but their offense really hadn't been doing a whole lot. It was your turnovers that kept keeping them in the game, so I was also fine with punting in this spot. Okay, now we get to here. And if it's in your heart's desire, please drop a super thanks. It goes a long way in helping feed my family. We've been iced in, so work has been tough to come by in the Power Hour household. So, the tackles really struggled in this game for Oklahoma. I don't think that they were just bad, but still, you're down by 7. Arnold's able to find Nick Anderson for a nice gain. All right, so we get to here, and this time all the stunts get picked up, and it's another rush 3, drop 8 that's in, backs out, and the pocket is good. Arnold sits in there, and look at this ball on a rope. Bang. Okay, now, why did Farouk decide to cut back this way instead of just going through here? I don't know, but the funny thing is he would have gotten through here. Remember, him and Stoops bumped into each other, and it led to that ball getting batted out for a fumble. If you're able to just get a little block right here, 13 had an all-world game, he might be gaining an extra 5 to 7, if not more yards. That's an unreal tackle right there to mitigate the disaster. Still, it was a really, really good throw right there by Arnold. Now, Arizona, once again, generating a lot of pressure to the inside, okay? I mean, this is just ridiculous. Look at this. In-breaker, guy right in his face, and he just sits in there and throws that ball right where only Stoops could catch it. That's great, great, great stuff. All right, so we move to the 2nd and 20, and it's the same thing. Rush 3, drop 8, 5 guys across the way, about 10-ish yards down the field. Okay? Once again, you see all this deep stuff, okay? And one measly little check down where the linebacker's going to be all over it. Man, I really did like this rep right here by Arnold, okay? Nobody's open, and now you just kind of have to make something happen. You know, one way you can make rush 3, drop 8 pay is buying a lot of time right here and just hoping somebody gets open, all right? They eventually do call a hold right here, and I guess that's holding. You guys let me know in the comment section below. But I want you to see where this ball was placed. Backing away, fading to the left side, and he eventually finds Farouk here. This should have been pass interference. I also would like to see the receiver attack this football a little bit more to get up there and make a good, strong catch. That still should have been PI, but that ball placement was amazing. Now we get to this 3rd and 20. Huge mistake right here by Arnold. Remember, I don't mind backing up if it's a zero blitz and you're just throwing it up to let a guy make a play, or you're fading away to really put something on it. But if a guy's coming right down your throat, pause. You've honestly can't just do this, right? If you're going to throw this, throw it, all right? Instead, he decides at the last second, well, I don't really want to hit the check down. We only got one timeout left. It's 3rd and a mile. He decides at the last second to kind of hold it, and he gets slammed down to the ground while also losing the football right here, which essentially loses the game for you, okay? Now, it's not his fault that happened. That was really bad protection on, just a simple twist stunt. Protection was an issue all game for Oklahoma, but now you're up against it. So, for me, when I looked at this game, all right, once again, I don't know the rules. I'm not in the quarterback room, not in that offensive room. I always say these are my best educated guesses. I thought this game was fairly promising from Jackson Arnold's standpoint. You do see the talent, right? Now, when it comes to the guys that were coming out, I will show you who I think the number one quarterback was in this last crop. That video will be floating in your face in just a second. But Arnold was a good talent when I evaluated him coming out of high school, out of Qarter, right? A really good high school program. I think he can be a very good SEC starter. Is he a year away from being a special SEC starter? We'll see what the Seth Littrell offense is going to look like. So, is he a top 5 quarterback in the SEC next year? Not for me, but you guys let me know, okay? It is Power Hour SEC. Boom! And tonight, we're doing glizzies, baby. Let's go.